3 in this video. I'll have to see how long I waffle on for. But it's basically just going to be not the full Fibonacci, because it never ends. It's one of those that's just an infinity style. It's to do with basically growth and building. It's the building blocks of nature. Just a very simple explanation of the sequence for anyone who doesn't really actually know what it is. You just basically add in the previous one to your next number to get your next number. Now 0 you don't count as a number, of course, because it isn't a number, it's 0. 1, so 1 is repeated. So 1 becomes the first number in the sequence. 1 is also the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So they're the first 12 actual numbers. And they're the ones I wanted to just use, just to try and just keep it as simple as I can. I wanted to leave the 13 out on purpose, and I'm glad I did, because in one of the words I show in a bit, if I get time in this video, it was worth keeping it out. So I'll actually show you the table in a minute of it. This is just how it's visualized. So say it starts off as 1, 1, then it goes to 2, 3, it's suddenly adding each other to it. So 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 8, 21. Each number is actually getting bigger and bigger each time. But it's going in a very controlled curvature, because it's involving the previous things. It's coming from that original starting point. So it's a growth. And it's in connection as well to the golden spiral, which is what that's showing. And to do with, there's an equation for that as well, but I don't want to overcomplicate the video. It involves, the golden spiral. Which is also found in nature, because it's in snails' shells, and also in features. That is pretty amazing, actually, to be fair. The hairspray that must be in control of that curvature to keep that maintained. That's an indoor only example of the golden ratio. With old Donald Duck himself. So yeah, that's an introduction into where this cipher originates. And definitely 100% inspired by this website, because without it I wouldn't even be able to do any of what I've done for the past 12 months. So this is actually dedicated to Derek at Gematria.com. I hope he checks this out and maybe considers using it maybe in the future, or having a look at it at least. It'd be really nice if you did. So yeah, cheers Derek if you do catch this. Okay, so this is a cipher we all know, ordinal. Letters, numbers attached to them in an ordinary sequence of 1 each time. So the way I've done this cipher is the first 12 numbers of Fibonacci, that would be the ordinal Fibonacci Gematria. And then you'd have the reduced, which is the reduced of those 12. So that's the reduced underneath. Hope that kind of makes sense. You notice there that the 55 I've kept as 10. Now as I show you how the letters kind of then form the template, the 10 is when it's a reduced, you get a JV exception. So JV will be counted as 10 instead of 1. I just want to point out as well, with the cipher itself, you'll see that you get a repetitive, you get 2 1s, 3 is repeated as well, and also 8. But there's no 6. I find that really interesting, so it's pretty cool. And then, yeah, I wanted to keep 10 as an exception. So I hope that's kind of clear for everyone. So it's a JV exception when it's reduced. So that's the cipher. And the first word example is why I'm so excited about it, because this is the ordinal gematria for the actual word reduced. 60 ordinal, 33 reduced. So that's why I wanted to use that as the first example, because that very first example matches the Fibonacci gematria. So to show that there, for reduced in ordinal it's 60, R is 8, E is 5, D is 3, U is 34, C is 2, E is 5, D is 3. Okay, 60. Reduced in Fibonacci reduced, there's no J or V's, it's 33. Show that there, 8 still for R. So it's those numbers. Basically, it's the only one that's reduced is the 34, so that becomes 7, 2, 5, 3. So reducing that to 7, the reduced is 33. You add the two together, it's 33 and 60, ordinal and reduced. You get your 93, the Saturn. 3 times 31. That's the very first word I've done. Reduced. Matches the actual ordinal gematria. Very different numbers. I'll just show the numbers as a comparison. So that's the Fibonacci and reduced Fibonacci gematria. That's the ordinal. The reduced, I'll just show, full reduced. Sorry, that's the ordinal, yeah, that's the reduced. So very different numbers, the same gematria. And that's just a reminder of the Fibonacci gematria. Different numbers, but matching. Right, so I might have time for the next one. So we've done reduced, let's actually do Fibonacci then. Okay, so we've got Fibonacci. In ordinal Fibonacci gematria, F is 8, I is 34, B is 1, okay. O is 2, N is 1, show N, sorry, 1, A is 1 at the beginning, C and C, there, 2, there we go, and I is a 34, I there, 34, that comes to 85, so reducing those, it's the 7 there, and the 7 at the end, that comes to 31. So 8 plus 5 is obviously 13. The reduced Fibonacci gematria for Fibonacci is 31. The reverse. 31 is the 11th prime. Show you that. Okay, so that's 31, the 11th prime. 31 is Fibonacci, reduced Fibonacci. 85 in ordinal Fibonacci gematria. 85 as well has got a lot of properties. Just show some of these. So it's a duo of 101, hex of 133, so 13 that way, 33 the other. In duo, it's 71, so Trump's age, 17 fishes. Grenfell Fire 71, 17 Valentine's Day. In hex 55, so 85 properties. 55, 10th Fibonacci number. What I also wanted to look at then, oh yeah, an 85 summer divisor, sorry, 108. Massive number. I hope people looked at the link I left in yesterday's video. Although I won't be uploading this actually the day after that. But big number, well worth looking at. But lots of Kung Fu references because it's to do with pressure points on the body and stuff. Anyway, 31 plus 85 is 116. So it's the reduced Fibonacci and ordinal Fibonacci Gematria added together, 116. Flip it, 911. So that's Fibonacci. Okay, so I hope that kind of shows that this cipher has got a lot of potential. And of course I wanted to use a reverse one. So it's quite simple, using the same table as the top. That's the ordinal, but then reduce that ordinal with these ones at the bottom. Go backwards with the letters. So that's the reduced. Backwards, the exception being the QE. See how that works? Because it's gone backwards, they happen to be the letters there. That becomes the reduced when it's reversed. Which is why I did that little preview yesterday of the Queen Elizabeth. But I'm not going to go into that one because it's quite long. I'll do that as a separate one. But that's purely why I started as well with Queen Elizabeth. Because of the exception, how it works in the table. So that's the just introducing the reverse. So in the reverse cipher, they're the numbers for those letters. I'm running out of time, so you don't need me to show them. I'm sure you trust me that is right. Comes to 485 in reverse Fibonacci, 53 in reverse reduced Fibonacci. Again, there's no exceptions. As there's no Q or E, of course. 485 isn't very interesting on its own. 53, however, is. It's the 16th prime. That's another flip, like the 911 there, becomes U91. Again, linking in with the Queen that I did, which will be on another video. So 53, interesting for 16th prime. 91 flip. It's just showing 53 there, 16th prime. Now, although 485 wasn't too interesting on its own, adding it to the reduced reverse, you get 538, which is interesting. Notice how there as well, 88 reduced. The ordinal way was 44. 538 is duality of 269. Add that together, you get 538. 269 is the 57th prime, and duo of 369. That's for 538. It's just confirming 269 plus 269 equals 538. 57th prime, duo of 369. Okay, so we got 116 when adding both the ordinal and the reduced together, 116 for Fibonacci. In the reverse way, adding them both together, we got 538. 116 plus 538 is 654. Notice how that goes down in a sequence, 654. 6, 5 and 4 in the actual Fibonacci sequence. Let's have a look at the table. 6 is that, 5, 4, 8, 5, 3. 6, 5, 4, 8, 5, 3, 8, 5, 3. That's the reverse, adding them together. Same numbers, 6. I'm running out of time, but 654 is 218 plus 218 plus 218. Triple 218, the year we're in. I'm going to have to edit the beginning of this video because I've run over time So apologies for the intro, which will just be suddenly cut into, but it's important I get that last bit in. 22218. And thanks very much for bearing with me. Cheers.